What's up, guys? It's getting that time of year again where it is starting to get a little chilly. And for those of us, if you're like me, if you don't like to give up on shooting, training, going to the range, deer hunting, whatever you're doing, just because it's cold, then I found a product that I think is pretty sweet. I tested it out the last 2 weeks, and so far it's really cool. There's not a lot to this thing, so I'm going to try to keep this video very short. There are a lot of other brands that make these as well. I'd really like to get my hands on the Spiritus muff, but haven't done that one yet. So this is going to be your budget option. This is the 511 hand warmer, and I'll make sure I drop a link down below in the description for this. So pretty neat little guy. Comes with a waist strap, comes with MOLLE hookups they basically just connect to this, and then they will hook into your MOLLE straps on your plate carrier, chest rig, whatever that may be, as well as another set of hookups that's going to be Velcro attachments, which is the more common plate carrier stuff, or like a Slickster, Honored Research Recce rig, which I just did a video on. If you haven't seen that yet, make sure to go check it out. Wetwork 7 Cell, Spiritus, T-Rex Arms, they all have the big Velcro backer that you can hang wings off of, and so this will attach to that as well. So after playing with it on a couple different rigs and just kind of walking around the house, LARPing around my uncle's house with it in the woods, I basically decided that the waist strap is the way to go. You can turn this thing out of the way when you don't need it, put it on your back, put it even just to the side, so you still have access to all your equipment on your belt or your chest rig, without taking away any space. So if you do have this mounted, it's going to hang just like a normal dangler would, but it's going to be taking away space that you could be running another dangler, whether that be something with batteries in it, first aid stuff, whatever that is, whatever you guys decide to run in your danglers. This is going to take away space from that. Overall, the design is super simple. As you'll see here, we've got kind of a cuffed insert on the left and right side. It is a little bit of a tight fit, but especially when mounted, even on the waist belt, you can get your hands in there pretty snug. And this thing retains a good amount of heat. We have one zipper pouch on top. I guess before we get to that, I will say the cuffed things get a little bit more difficult when you are trying to use gloves. So bare hands fit in pretty good. Your thinner gloves are going to work, but those real big snow gloves probably not going to work too well for this. But if you're wearing real big, thick snow gloves, you're probably not going to be rocking something like this anyways. Then on the top, we have a single zipper. It stretches almost the entire length of the pouch itself. You can put things in here if you want, the only thing I've really stuck in here is just a couple packets of hot hands, the extra hot hand warmers, because you can crack one of those either in this zipper pouch or the main pouch itself. I was running mine last weekend at a match in the main compartment, and I would even take this thing off when it was my turn to shoot, come back from shooting a stage, pick this thing back up, and even the outside, like where the cuffs are on where your hands go in, I could feel the heat radiating out of it. So it does retain heat really well. It's got like a furry kind of feel on the inside, almost like what are those jackets? I don't know, Sherpa. It's almost like a Sherpa kind of lining, or like those winter jeans that have the fuzzy lining on the inside. It's kind of like that, almost like a really thick thermal or like a blanket. So really cool zipper pouch. I've stowed the other attachment pieces in here for MOLLE and for Velcro just so I don't lose them. It is a pretty spacious pouch. You get a lot of room in it. I wouldn't stuff it full though, because it does dangle into the pouch itself. I do wish it kind of wrapped around. That's going to be my first negative, is I wish the zipper pouch wrapped around the outside of the lined part. I wish there was just a little space there, stuff things in, and not really protrude into the pouch. And it's going to be hard to show you guys on camera, but the zipper pouch does just drop in the middle. So like you can put a hand on top of it, beneath it, smash it with your hands. It's pretty weird. My second complaint is going to be how they have mounted it. So for the waist strap, we have a long tunnel here that a strap feeds through. You can cinch this strap tight, and buckle it up if you're stowing it or rocking it on a chest rig or plate carrier, or you know, just run the waist strap, which I think is how I'm going to do it anyways. And then we've got a little bit of webbing up here, a left, right, and a center on both sides, the left and the right there. And that's how we attach our panels to either the Velcro panel or the MOLLE panel. And the MOLLE panel is just a hook, and I'll show you guys that in a second. It just kind of weaves in and then pulls down, similar to how to the Spiritus sack pouch, the MOLLE sack pouch, similar to how that works. It just kind of goes up, and then it's a T that hangs through the MOLLE webbing. So my second complaint here is that the waist strap is mounted, the little tunnel is mounted towards the bottom. So if you have this thing oriented the way it's supposed to be, you know, badge facing you guys, the viewers, not myself, where you can read the 511, and the zipper pouch is on top where you can access it, the tunnel kind of gives you a little bit of slop, especially if it's not super tight where it hangs down. And that just wasn't super appealing to my eyes. It's not a deal breaker, but it just wasn't very appealing. Versus if you run it the other way, where it does hang right and doesn't kind of flop out, then the zipper is on the bottom and not really easily accessible. So I don't like that. Now with the MOLLE and or Velcro attachments mounted, it does work really well, but you will run into some issues with the zipper maybe being too close to your chest rig and kind of having trouble getting that zipper pull out of the way. So something to just think about when you mount it. Maybe mount it just a tad lower than you would think you would, just so you can have access to that zipper pouch. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to put some videos up here so you guys can see the waist strap and the different attachment points. And that's it. I think this cost me about $50 from the 511 website directly. Shipped here about a week or so. Didn't take terribly long. And overall, I do really enjoy this purchase. Just a few honorable mentions of other pouches I was looking at that I probably will pick up in the future, because I'm not much of a glove wearer. I don't really like wearing gloves. I feel like I lose a lot of dexterity, and it's just kind of uncomfortable. Now, if it's cold, I will wear gloves. You know, I'm not just that kid in high school that was constantly wearing shorts when there's snow on the ground. But it's not my favorite. So I wanted a hand warmer specifically for USBSA matches, where I could tuck my hands in this when I'm not shooting, pace targets, put my hands back in it, and then when it's my turn, just unclip it, throw it on the table, go shoot my stage, and then come back and put this on. So works really good. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So the other notable designers of pouches similar to this is going to be the Spiritus Muff pouch. That's going to be up towards our highest range. That was the highest dollar one that I found. So I'm going to put it up here at the top. We found the 511, which I believe was the lowest cost. It was around $50. And I didn't look on Amazon. I'm sure there's some Amazon, probably Krydex or One Tigress might make something similar. And stuff like that is probably fine for this, as long as it functions the way you want it to. We're not really worried about, you know, NIR resistant stuff or Berry compliance stuff for something like this. And then Marsupial Gear makes one as well, and those look very nice. And then AWS and the Spiritus ones are going to be my favorite, but AWS and Marsupial didn't have Ranger Green in stock when I went to order. So I bought the 511 one because I wanted one quickly, but I also wasn't sure I wanted to pay $160 price tag for the Spiritus one, although it is on my list because it just frankly looks the best. So that's the 511 hand warmer pouch, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a subscribe and comment down below if this is something you would use or if something you would entertain using. Let me know if you guys own any of the other brands that make these. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.